Baruch Hashem, today is day number 106 of our daily study of Rambam, Sefer, HaMitzvos. We started a new book yesterday of the 14 books of Mishnah Torah for those who are studying the 3 chapters a day of Mishnah Torah. And the subject of that book is all about commitments that one takes upon oneself that are not already obligated in Torah. So I want to point out a difference between today's mitzvah and yesterday's mitzvah. They're related, but they're different. Obviously, they're different because they're separate mitzvahs. So let's do today's mitzvah, and then I want to contrast it with yesterday's mitzvah. Today's mitzvah, negative commandment 62, is the prohibition against a shvuas shav, taking an oath in vain. Okay. What is the difference between today's prohibition, taking an oath in vain, and yesterday's prohibition, which was what we called shvuas bitui or shvuas sheker, violating an oath? Here's the difference. Yesterday's prohibition was a person takes on an obligation, which they realistically could do, and then they don't do it. They don't keep their word. Okay? So that's that prohibition yesterday. Today's prohibition is when a person makes a proclamation that something is true. However, this is completely superfluous and unnecessary to use this strength of an oath. By the way, when would a person ever make an oath? Because oaths are very serious. In a court situation, in a bezdin, in a rabbinical court, so there will be times when a person would have an option to swear, or they would maybe even be obligated to swear or to drop their claim. But at any rate, normally we try to avoid swearing. And yesterday's prohibition was where a person swears that they're going to do or not do something that they realistically could do or not do, and therefore they have to make sure to do the thing they swore to do. Today's prohibition is when somebody swears about something that doesn't need that type of backing. For instance, somebody swears about an obvious untruth, something that's just not possible. It can't be. Conversely, if somebody would swear that something that's obviously true is true, that's like the opposite idea. Somebody says this piece of wood is gold, so it's obviously not true. But also, if somebody says this piece of wood, I swear this is wood, this is also the opposite, but it's the same prohibition. And then, very, very interesting, is what if a person swears to do something that is a violation of the Torah? He swears, I'm not going to put on tefillin today, or I am going to eat non-kosher food. That is also called a shvuas shav, an oath taken in vain. Why? Because no Jew can ever swear to violate Torah, because at the giving of the Torah, at Mount Sinai, we all collectively swore to uphold the entire Torah, and now we cannot undo that. So anytime a Jew will say that, even if he uses the power of taking an oath to back him, if he'll say he's not going to do what Torah says, or he's going to do what Torah says not to do, that is called swearing in vain, because there's no way that could ever be effective. It's just completely disconnected from reality, which is the theme of a shvuas shav, something that just has no basis in reality, as opposed to yesterday's prohibition, where the thing is realistic, but he didn't follow through and do the realistic thing he said he was going to do or not do. Okay, so that's the difference. And we're going to have other types of similar prohibitions regarding what we say and the obligations that we take on through those words. We'll see you again for more similar subject matter tomorrow, God willing.